Good morning, viewers. It's 8:51 on, was this, April 3rd? I'm pretty sure it's April 3rd. Yeah, April 3rd, something like that. Whatever this Friday is, it's been a long week. Yeah, today is Friday, yeah. Anyway, so I forgot something at work, so I'm going to go grab it. Neither state that I'm in has called a total lockdown. I mean, they have done it as a necessary travel only, and like I have a sheet in my center console that says, hey, I'm a essential employee, and I have a work shirt right here, so if need be I can just say I'm on my way to work. but they're not actually pulling anybody over. Supposedly Delaware has the ability to stop anybody who has new out-of-state tags and tell them that they have to quarantine for 14 days if they are, going for leisure. But I'm not going for leisure. I'm actually going for business. And also, I have the paperwork for my side business, because actually what I'm picking up is engine oil, so I can work on some of these mowers I have. So that's that as well. And so I should be okay going over there. I may stop at Home Depot. I don't know for sure, but I do know that I'm also going to go grab something from my camper / studio thing. What is this person doing? This Tahoe, they just turned around up the road, and then right after the corner they just stopped in the middle of the road. But I am hopefully expecting a package today which contains a laptop, and I will also be doing a video on that. That'll be a separate video. I don't know if that video will go live today, because when you do 2 videos in one day, the traffic on both kind of goes wonky. Like, they don't really, people will watch one but not the other type of deal, because they'll either forget about it or something like that. It's actually pretty nice. It's 50 degrees right now, which is in Fahrenheit. Off the top of my head, I don't know the conversion for Celsius. I could push a couple buttons on my radio and probably get that. Actually, oh, that's just showing me. That's just the AC temperature. Yeah, I can't do that then. But yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping to. I have a tabletop board that I want to turn into a workbench in my new workspace. So like, if all goes well, that's what I'll probably be doing most of the day. I want to go grab some lights from the studio camper thingy, and I believe I have a cord already set aside that I can use for them. Here's a question for you guys. Oh wow, this bridge is empty. When I get all the stuff in, should I do a video on the setting up the electrical? Because I don't know if I like doing electrical videos, because somebody tries to follow what I'm doing and they don't follow it right, they could get hurt or even burn their house down or kill some electronics. Because what I'm going to be doing is, I'm not going to be permanently wiring this to the house. I'm going to be installing a twist lock outlet on the side of the trailer, which to some wiring that used to go to electric heaters that we no longer have. And then I'm going to run temporary cable out to the shed, because I don't expect this to be permanent. I'm hoping that the business grows quick enough that I can actually justify buying a building. And yeah, it's just I want to be cautious about what I show, because I'm going to be working with 220 volts, which I know I have viewers across the pond who everything runs off of 220 or 240. Wow, this car is literally practically standing still in front of me. But this wind is bad, which could be why this car is apparently not even doing 40 miles an hour. Wow. But yeah, so I know like you guys are used to 240, but here in America, most of our stuff runs on 120. So we're not. So most Americans are actually terrified of 230 or 240, 220, 210 even. It depends on where you're at. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to make a plug on the outside of the trailer, and I'm going to basically make an extension cord, but I'm going to be making it out of the proper stuff. And I'm going to install a sub panel inside the shed that'll split out into, the 110, 100, probably like 2 or 3 outlets. One obviously up top for the lights, and then a couple outlets for like, my air compressor and a couple other things. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely cops out, but I don't think they're really actually doing anything. Because there's 3 cops here at the base of the bridge, 1 on that side and 2 on this side. But it looks like they're just all talking to each other. But yeah, so but yeah, that's my plan, is to have it so that I can have usable electric. Because when it happens, like if I run this, if I just run like a 110 volt outlet out there, I could run stuff. I could even put in a couple of like a breaker or 2 in the breaker panel and wire that, but then that's a pain in the butt. And at least with the 240, I'll have the amperage I need. And then if I want to get an air compressor that runs off of 240, I can also run that out there as well. But like my welder now, it's supposed to be a 15 amp welder, but even on a 15 amp, I mean, I'd have to run on a 20 amp circuit. But occasionally I'll just blow the breaker, but I could actually put in a dedicated 20 amp outlet and breaker for just the welder, and that'll be fine. That'll be its own thing. And this car in front of me, again, is basically barely moving. You're from Jersey, you look terrified, you have a handicap thing in the window, so you're probably older. But it's yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just very excited that I have some things going in motion. Like, I've literally had that garage shed thing on my porch in a box for over a year. This Hyundai Sonata in front of me just about sideswiped the truck. And yeah, he looks to be about 85 years old. Maybe 90. He tried to merge lanes and hadn't looked in his mirror yet. But yeah, this has just been a crazy week. But yeah, so I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to be doing a few more lawnmower videos this week, hopefully. Actually, over the weekend, because I have the weekend off. Tonight is actually the Shabbat service at church, so it's going to be online, but I still want to have everything ready. I hope this laptop comes. I really do, because I would love that to be like one of the first things I watch on there is the Shabbat service. And but yeah, I'm going to stop rambling, because I just realized I've been rambling for 10 minutes. And the fact that it's taken 10 minutes to get this far is actually kind of a problem, because that means there's too many people on the road right now. But I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, so I've decided against going to Home Depot for right now. I'm just going to go up to my storage unit. I have a couple of things I need to grab there, and I'm just going to go back home. I grabbed the oil I need because I'm pretty much out of lawnmower engine oil, and I think I might have bought all that Amazon had in stock last time. But no, because I was using some Amazon oil for a couple, and it looks like any of the ones that I was trying to order I wouldn't see till Sunday, and it's like I go back to work on Monday, so I need to work on these over the weekend. So I grabbed 2 cases of oil from work, and yeah, I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on. I mean, like I said, I'm very excited about actually having a spot where I can work on stuff and be mostly out of weather. I mean, it's, you know, I'm really curious to see how the mic on the Handycam reacts to the wind blowing the canvas on the shed tent thing. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, so I'm pretty much just heading there now. I just got to the Jersey side of the bridge, and yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I mean, I might. There is a hardware store between the storage unit and home that sells some lumber, so I might see if I can just go there and get some. I just didn't really feel like going to Home Depot. They look busy as crap, and you know, I just don't feel like being in there with a bunch of people I don't know if they're sick or not. I know I have a pretty good immune system, but you know, this thing's gonna hit everybody. I mean, I don't think people realize this, but you either will have it or you have had it. I mean, most people don't even realize that they've had it, but that's where things come in. Yeah, that's where some trouble occurs, because if you don't know if you've had it, you could still have it, even though you don't have symptoms, you could be spreading it. And so, and right now the test kits are only for people who are, you know, showing symptoms. I mean, at some point I might have to get tested, but you know, I'm pretty sure pretty sure I don't have it. But either way, I'm trying to practice as much safety as I can. Like, I'm only going to places that are necessary, like work, or to pick up equipment, or to sell equipment. There's a lot of equipment that I've bought and sold that I haven't shown on the channel, but I think now that I have this workspace, any of the equipment I'm going to buy and sell, I know for a fact I'm going to try to do a video on some way or another. And anything that is some things that are customer related I may do, but I think for the most part I'm just going to stick to doing videos on the stuff I buy and sell. If I have to bring a piece of equipment back and I think it can make a cool video, a cool informational video, I think I will. But I'm not going to. I really don't want to do too much with customer equipment. And what really sucks is this whole travel ban. I think Virginia, which is just dropped a absolute travel ban. Like, I think a stay-at-home order, and I know Florida did. I know Georgia did as well. In fact, the race that was the race I was watching last night was supposed to happen tonight, but the Florida governor issued a stay-at-home order for midnight today, so basically 0001, and so they went ahead and did a race so they could last night so they could comply. I mean, that sucks, but oh man, that was a good race though. It was a really, really good race. If you don't follow Cletus McFarland, I'm actually wearing one of his shirts. I'd say I'll try to remember to put a link in the description and the thing up here somewhere. But his content's really good if you like watching cars and races and stuff like that. And this dude just tried to swerve into me. But yeah, so he does a lot of racing. He actually just bought a racetrack. Yeah, they had their first race there, which was actually really cool. And I hope Madam Roy watches this because I know he likes the platform. The race was 21 Crown Victorias, basically the same thing as the Lincoln Town Car or Mercury Grand Marquis. They were bought at a police auction. Now, I think there was 2 people that weren't able to race because of their states having the travel bans at different times. So there was actually 19 of them. They his racetrack is 3/8 of a mile, and it's a banked oval. So they were doing these. They were bone stock police cars, except for the fact they had nitrous on them and a roll cage. And I think they had brand new Nitto tires because Nitto sponsored it. And then they also had they had Titan fuel tanks, the extended range fuel tanks, because they were doing 100 laps. So I don't know, what does that make? That's not. They called it the Freedom 500, but it really wasn't, 500 miles or 500 laps. But excuse me, it was definitely more exciting to me than NASCAR, because NASCAR is boring to me because how do I word it? I mean, they just all the rules. I mean, I understand that in Cletus's race it was they were all the same car, but in NASCAR everything is literally the same, and it's just people. I mean, I understand that people get hurt and then they have to change rules, yada yada yada, whatever. But it's just boring. But these were different YouTubers in the automotive field. You had Adam LZ in there. You had the Boosted Boys, Brent from PFI Speed. All these guys. They were really cool. And they just had a minimum rules race. Like if you purposely slammed into somebody, that was your black flag. But you could do your pit maneuvers, basically to spin somebody out and stuff like that. That was fine. But it was just a really good time, and I'm kind of glad I paid $10 for it. I'm not saying what I'm sending to. Actually, no. I'm not going to go there. Actually, I'm not going to bring that one up. I might cut this part out if I can remember to. But yeah. So that's pretty much all that's really going on. I mean, it kind of sucks being this place being a wasteland. However, the fact that I've had my cruise control set at a constant speed the entire time up the New Jersey Turnpike has been fantastic. Like, how often does that happen? I'm not going to say what the speed I'm going. You probably can't. Thankfully, it don't look like you can tell in the camera. But yeah, so I'm thinking that once this whole travel ban is lifted, I might have to go down and have a visit with Madam Roy. Maybe we can come up with a collaborative video idea. I don't know. Anything's possible, but we're not going to really go there. Yeah, man, it's just so weird to see this Jersey Turnpike so empty. Like, it's nuts. So, I've been rambling for another 10 minutes, so I'm just going to stop this here and then I'll pick up when I get where I'm at. Alright, so I'm here at the camper. I can't do anything about the wind, I'm sorry. But I can go inside. So I'm in here for a few minutes. I just haven't come in yet. Just want to take a look at some things because it's been raining like crazy here, and this all is dry. Yeah, everything's dry up here. That's good. So I want to grab a couple things, one of which being that light there, one of which being this light here, and I'm thinking move this over here. I'm going to grab this HP thingamabobber here, this HP thin client, because I think that I may have that permanently set up in my little outside garage space, and I need to find the power brick for it. I'm sure I have here. No, that's for that. Yeah, I know I have it here because this is the last place I used it. Is that my actual Sony one? No, this is the Chinese one. I was going to switch over to the Handycam for this portion, but I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with different cameras for footage if I don't have to. But yeah, so this is where I have some stuff set up. You know, it is what it is. I might come this weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday, and do a video. Well, actually, tomorrow would be Saturday, so maybe Sunday and do some videos. I grabbed my cell phone mount, but yeah, I definitely need to grab a couple things from here. Ooh, I should take home my pack of connectors that I need as well. So I got to put that computer back together because apparently the base of it doesn't like to stay on, and I can't do that one-handed. So anyway, I think I'm going to start heading towards home. The weather is a little weird. Like, it's kind of windy, but it's kind of not, and I need to take care of some stuff. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I just loaded up the lumber now. I grabbed 5 2x4s. It's probably more than I need. But I'd rather have more than I need than have to come back out. And let me tell you, this place is popping. Like, this place is really busy. I was expecting people in there, but wow, this place was busy. And believe it or not, unlike my business, people actually are following the 6-foot rule in there. Like, they had the blue X's on the floor instead of blue lines like we do. And that might actually be a good idea, is to do the blue X's instead. I'll probably text my manager that. But anyway, but yeah, I'm kind of glad I came here. I mean, they were pretty much the same price as Home Depot. They were $5.29 a piece for the pressure treated 2x4s, which ain't bad. And I just like the fact that I was able to support a local business instead. And when I pulled, oh yeah, I meant to mention this in the last clip. When I went in and when I went into the wow, my brain is not working well. When I went into the storage unit, I was like, why do they have somebody there? I mean, I guess they need to, you know, have people to watch, but when I was coming out, there was a customer in the office. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's why. By the way, this is really good. Barks Birch Beer. I've never seen it in the Barks brand. I'm used to seeing it in not Schweppes. I don't know. I just felt like something for a treat. I've been drinking like nothing but water for a while. But yeah, it feels, that tastes really good. That is really good. But what you need to do after you drink a bottle of soda like that is drink gallons and gallons of water afterwards to flush it all out. But yeah, that tastes really good. So I'm going to go ahead and start my project. I got to move my S10 and back this up to the shed and get in there, and I will talk to you guys later. So it looks like the best course of action is going to be to actually do the lights before I do my workbench. And what I'm using, I don't know if you'll... Well, I mean, you saw these earlier in the video. These are just 4-foot shop lights. They have a pull chain. They have chains that hang them. This is going to be pretty fun. The back one, I'm actually going to stand in the bed of the truck. I had the back of the truck in here right now. So I do have that little hangers on me. So I'm thinking I'm going to overlap this support brace here. Open. Okay, so that will for the most part hold. That's good. So I'm just going to take these little S hooks. S is for Sandy. Or SpongeBob. And hopefully this thing will actually hold. And then what I'll do, I'll pull this all the way back here and do the same thing over here. And do the same thing over on the other side. And I'll probably bring this up a little bit, like a foot or so. I hope you can even hear me. I honestly don't know. This is not level, and the question is, do I care enough to do it? But it looks like I do. So now I need to actually cut the thing on here, or just leave them on so that when I plug it in, it comes on. So I'm not going to bother you or bore you with the other portion of that. It looks like you should have been able to see what I was doing, and that's what it looks like. Not perfect, but it'll work. So let me get on to the next one, and then we'll start working on the bench. I really don't want to sound prideful, but I'm really proud of how this turned out. I'm going to zoom in. There's this first light. Actually, I'm going to zoom back out. I can't go that far. So what I did is I have an extension cord that has 3 plugs on it. That one I will try to zoom in on. So I had the wires going there, zip tied going down that pole, and then to outside where I can connect it. So the only thing that's going to go on that is these lights, which are the zoom in here. These are the Braun 4-foot shop lights. I've actually, they don't like my generator. They really don't. They're LED, but they don't like my generator at all. So I am using them like this then. So I'm going to go ahead and go plug this in. Wow. I'm going to go plug this in and see if they, I even have them turned on. So give me 1 minute. Okay, because it's like 12:35 in the afternoon. You're not going to see just how bright these actually are. They really did a nice job in the camper, except for the fact that they were, you know, not like in my generator. But they do not flicker out here at all. So I have, let me see if the wind will blow it up again. If I have run out, I have another extension cord out there. But this is going to get an outlet box right there eventually. And then I will have the power there permanently. which I'll probably have a just use the breaker as a switch, or just plug the whole shed in and whatever. But yeah, so this is out here. I'm gonna go in and get something to eat before I touch power tools. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so hopefully you're about to witness me come up with an idea off the top of my head. And wow, this is 53 inches. I thought this was closer to 4 feet. And it's 40 inches this way. So you're going to see me come up with an idea off the top of my head. So I could do 34 inches, it looks like. So I'm coming up with an idea. So I'm going to be building a tabletop. I have the pressure treated lumber over here that we already discussed. So what I'm going to do is actually circular saw. So actually what I want to see is what's the distance between these two curves, because I do want it as far out as I can get. So 48 inches, well, let's see. 48 inches will be fine. And I do have some stuff here. I forgot to bring out a marker. So hopefully this pen that I have will work. If I was smart, I'd be using my if I were smart, I'd be using my my miter saw, but I'm not. So this should be exactly 48 and 48. So this is just over 8 feet. So I think we'll be okay. I'm glad I bought this at the local hardware store, just because I like supporting local businesses. Oh yeah, I need to set this as far up as it goes. Alright. So which way did I make it 48 inches? So then this one, I need to chop about an inch off maybe? So we'll go ahead and do that. But if you notice, this has a this one here has a notch in it. That is because this is the square where they ran network cable through. And so I actually had to cut it out of there. I'm left-handed, by the way, in case you didn't know. This doesn't have to be perfect, because I am not going for a perfect design. So we're going to go basically to here. Somewhere I have a saw and or have a drill and a battery. Give me 1 second. I don't know how much of this I'm going to make you guys watch. But, well, you're watching. Like and subscribe and blah 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 blah. So basically, I'm just going to give you the generalized idea of what I'm looking at. I'm not going for perfection here, which is why I'm driving these from the front side rather than. But I definitely wanted weight, or I definitely wanted something over these. So that I actually had support there. I probably should have pre-drilled these. Oh, Oh, the head on these are too big? Oh, no, they're not. Still doesn't like it. I really should have pre-drilled this hole, but... And just because you're seeing a lot of Ryobi being used, I am not sponsored by Ryobi or Home Depot who sells Ryobi. I just happen to have it. And I did do a video on Ryobi in the past. But they have nothing to do with this video. I'm going to try to turn this thing over. But yeah, so you get the generalized idea of what I'm trying to do. I'll get back to you in just a second. So after fighting with those terrible screws for a while, I decided to change up how I plan on doing this. And most of this is just going to be eyeballing it. And I ended up going to the hardware store again. And I mean, it's Gatorade's better, but Powerade's what they had. I know Gatorade's not paying me to say that. So let's see. These should be PH2s. But I grabbed PH2s and 3s because sometimes, depending on who makes them, they fit differently. And I'm going to do... That one just appears to want to stay on the floor. Yeah, PH2 is perfect. But those last screws tore my bit up. Actually, I don't know if that's the bit or if that's the screw material, but either way, for $2 for 2 bits. Actually, you know what? I still want to do it from this side. I'm going to do it from this side for these two right now just to get it started, or at least this one to get it started. Yeah, that fits so much better. These are Deck Select Green for pressure treated lumber. And nobody's paying me to say that either, because I have no idea who the brand is. Bit. Yeah, the bit and the screws work so much better. So what I'm going to do now, if I were smart, I would have done this a slightly different way. It's really hard to work like this, which is why I'm building something to not have to work like this anymore. Get the new screws on. Actually, you know what I can do? Either way, I have to build this way. I want to measure. Where the heck did my measurement take? What a day this has become. I'll be right back. Sorry, I kind of forgot about the camera for a second, and I kind of got carried away getting this put together, and I realized, oh shit, I forgot the camera. Excuse the language, but. And so this thing apparently is not very level at all, or it's not even in here, which is fine, because what I'm actually going to do is take these off of here and I'm going to build, sorry, I'm kind of working blindly here. I'm going to kind of build the bench and then drop the desk back on it. So that's how I'm going to do things here. And but I'm going to get it over in its location before I put the top on it. But yeah, so I cut 2 boards at 34 inches and 2 at 46, maybe 48 inches, I don't remember. Sounds like my drill battery's getting low. So what I need to figure out now is how high do I want this thing? Oh, yeah, I need to do that side too. How tall do I want this thing? I think I want about 45 inches to the bottom of the table. So I'm going to cut some legs. Honestly, I'm just kind of done with I just kind of want to do what I'm doing and not worry about it too much. So I'm probably just going to shut off now and then get back to you in just a little bit. You know, every time I say this, people act like I'm saying I don't want to do YouTube anymore. Or they go, well, if you don't like making videos, then stop. But no, this was so much easier to finish up without having to also make a video out of it too. She ain't perfect. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to look in the viewfinder, see where you're at. But I was trying to not necessarily save as much wood as I can, but I think a lot of this will make more sense when it's sitting down on the ground. These I want to do something with. I just don't know what yet. I have one more piece of plywood, or one more 2x4, and I'm thinking I might just cut it and then do it like right about here. That would be exactly 48 inches. So that would be the end of this 2x4 I have. Because I also do want to be able to store stuff under it as well. But yeah, because honestly, once I'm done with this, I'm not moving this thing again. But yeah, let me see about doing that, and I'll be right back. I want to show you a trick. I need to cut, but I also need most of this to hang off the back. Now, you can't do this on everything, because if you're worried about the looks, you don't want to do this. But I drove a screw down on this end to hold that, so I can grab my circular saw and give it a cut. This is a nice little trick I thought you'd like. You know, every time I fire up the camera, the wind kicks up. So I want to show you a cool trick. I did this on both sides. 13.5 inches down, I drove a screw. About halfway, actually a little more than halfway, because it's showing this part of it. So why would I do that, you ask? Now I'm going to go ahead and get these started on this one first. I probably could have waited to start up the camera. The reason I did that is because I am working alone. Remember how I needed that third hand earlier? Let me show you what this does. So if I have those there, I can just hang this, make sure everything's nice and level. And fire them in. Now, I could leave them in if I wanted because I really don't care. But what I'll probably end up doing is just driving them in. Just, you know, giving a third screw on each side. But I'm actually out of 2x4s at this point. But I don't think this is gonna go anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the base in place. I'll show you where that's going, and then I will show you what this looks like when I put the tabletop on. So this actually ended up being way taller than I wanted it to be. Actually, I don't even know how tall it is. Give me 1 second. Let me put you back on the tripod. But I'll tell you what, this thing's sturdy as frig. So we'll measure this out. This is 46 inches to the top of it. I probably should have had like maybe 43, 42, 40. Because the tailgate is almost perfect. And that's at 35 inches. So if I get to put a lawnmower on here, that lawnmower engine's going to end up being up here. Maybe I'll stand on the work on a stool, I don't know. But hey man, this thing is an old store countertop, so it's not exactly weak either. But I want to do more. I ran out of 2x4s. I wanted to do bracing on the outside, which is easy enough to do. I can get that tomorrow. But yeah, so I got a piece there, and then I can just put a piece of wood across the bottom there to make a shelf. But yeah, I'm actually, with the exception of the height, I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. And yeah, I'm about ready to get something to eat now. It's 2:37. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I don't know if this is going to be the end or not, but I'll look at it. They say we all have our vices, but now I have a place to mount it. So I did end up chopping 5 inches off of each leg. Speaking of 5 inches, there's Luke. And this is what the table's for. We're working on lawnmowers. This one's going to be back in another video very soon. I promise you I'm not sponsored by Ryobi. I mean, if they wanted to...
Wait! There's a Pokemon outside!
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But, I mean, if they wanted to sponsor a video, I would probably consider it. But I'm not a sponsored guy. I mean, I would take their money and probably show Ryobi drill in the background, but, yeah. So he figured out he can sneak out that way. That's scary. But yeah, so I got the lights in, got a table built. I ended up knocking 5 inches off each leg, bringing it down. What was it? What I said was 46 inches, so now it's what, 41. And I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.